2. Boom! Welcome everybody to Earth 2's. Welcome everybody. We're back again. It's Earth 2's review and reaction of Amazon's The Boys. I am back with KB, Trap Guy with the dad bod, America's favorite goon troll. That's all I got.
The intellectual hate god.
Yes, that one. I forgot that one. But so before we go into the actual show itself, episode 6, which I thought was fucking amazing, we're gonna have to talk about some good news that we got from the creators of The Boys. What do you have for us, Kyle?
So we found out that they're going to do a spinoff of the show.
Yes,
it's going to be about college.
Yes, for Soups.
Yes, so
that is going to be very interesting. Like,
how do you?
How do you set up a college for Soups, young kids? You know, just if college being college in itself, and then you now put superheroes inside of that with powers. They're gonna be doing like superhero shit, but then they're gonna be doing like college kid shit, which is gonna even be more amazing. That's why I'm saying like that has the potential to actually be better than the current show going right now, depending on how you cast and depending on the story you tell with it. Other than that, well, that's all we got for news on The Boys.
They're gonna go with, because this show has some pretty interesting themes. Like
yes,
there's the Nazi supremacy in the show. There's this show has some real good themes. So I wonder what themes they pull out with that, because you could do a lot of different things with
it's probably obviously going to be set in the PWI. Big shocker there. Are there going to be sports? Is it going to be like Hunger Games, or is it going to be like?
Well, here's the thing. I was thinking about sports with this. So you think about the A Train. Who was
that race? I forget the one that might be. He was at the office the day A Train got fired, right?
Yeah. So my question is, what are sports in this universe anyway?
It's gonna be like intramural, like fastest man alive. My name is Barry Allen. Wrong universe.
But like, how do you do basketball in this universe, or football, or baseball?
Ooh, baseball.
You know you have a guy like Juggernaut, so that guy's definitely going to be your halfback, and there's no way you're going to tackle Juggernaut, right?
I mean, but then you probably have a linebacker that's like Juggernaut on the other side, and that's who you spy that halfback with. Oh, hey. So we can speculate from now to next whenever the show comes out, which again I'm definitely going to be interested in seeing. I know you're going to be interested in seeing it, so we're definitely going to come back to talk about it.
We'll be here.
Yes, day one.
Because this is better than Lovecraft.
I don't know why you had to say that right here, but you know what? Let's get into the show, Kyle. So the thing to yesterday's episode was very, very interesting. I watched it again today just so I can be able to talk about it better. There's a lot of there was a main story, and then there were all the B or side stories that actually were enough in its own self to have to be single stories in its own. Like the way they've done this show is, I think because of it's maybe 8 episodes or 10 episodes, they've done it in a way where they make the main story happen and don't take away from that while giving you other side stories that
do a real good job at character building and all
the side stories. Yes, and all of the side stories matter. Like all of them matter, and it's very amazing what they do with that. So this episode, right, starts off with Frenchie taking out Shorty's Starlight. So has she fully defected? Is that what we're getting from this?
So that's what I'm thinking. Because the first thing he did was they had Frenchie take out that tracker chip, and I think her name's Ashley. Ashley kept looking for and like that's a weird thing. Not a weird thing, but it's a thing that happened 3 times throughout the episode. Ashley was asking where was Starlight. But let's start off with the top of the show, which is S&Gs with Homelander and Stormfront.
Right. So I thought that was very interesting what they did with them, because here we are with Homelander and Stormfront, right? Stopping a crime. Right. Mm-hmm. It looked like Homelander was stopping a crime, and then Stormfront comes in and he's like, "Yo, so do we go to the cops? You know, which is what we're supposed to do, is we're
Mhm.
supposed to go to the cops." But apparently, they don't go to the cops.
No, they decide to turn it into a huge kink.
Right. And inside of that, they crush homie's head.
And
Crush homie's head and then have sex.
yeah,
Again, we're not kink
with the
shaming
blood
anybody.
rubbing
So
on the face and all that kind of stuff.
yeah, that was fucking crazy. Listen, I'm not kink shaming anybody, but like if this is what you want to do, hey, by all means, go ahead, right?
Yeah.
And so my
Kind of,
biggest thing,
yeah.
my biggest thing with that was, so this is where we are now, right? They're fully in love with each other, right? Or I don't think, again, hold on. Let me say this. I don't think they're fully in love with each other. I think, personally, I think um uh Homelander is infatuated by her. I think he's very much in love with her. I think he's infatuated by her, and and because of that, he's going to do anything she wants. He's gonna do anything she asks. He's gonna do it how she asks. And it's interesting to see that further down in the episode, when something happens, Homelander gets pissed, and Homelander does Homelander, like becomes a kid again because he's lost his toy or his favorite thing now, his new favorite thing.
Hmm.
And I thought that was very interesting how they explored Homelander and her relationship. And when, she went off to this meeting that she told him she was going to, and it ended up not going, how when they brought it back, how that Homelander was like not pleased, and he very much showed it.
Yeah. Well, his impatience was shown throughout this episode too.
Right.
Like you could hear the clock ticking, kind of reminiscence to Watchmen. Um,
Mhm.
but you see how impatient he was, and after a while, he was like, "Screw this," and he just burned down the whole trailer. And he was like,
Right.
fire. Yeah.
Right. And then he tells her, "Oh, I went to the tower to go to your meeting, and it was never there, and there was never a meeting." And he kind of, would you call that? What kind of boyfriend would you call that?
He's impulsive. So here's the thing. I think Homelander is a person who didn't develop the right way. I'm not
Never
sure
did.
if this in the previous episode or not, but my perception of Homelander is like a man child who didn't develop the right way and is straight id. Like it's like no moral compass of right and wrong, the hierarchy of needs, all that kind of stuff. It's just straight. This is what I want. This is what I want. This is what I want. This is what I need. Like kind of like a 2 year old.
Hmm.
But a 2 year old that's also in the I don't know, puberty stage at the same time because he does have needs sexually. You know what I mean?
Right.
So we saw that last season. I think her name was Madeline, and then we see it again
Yes.
this season with Stormfront.
So okay, so now we leave them because that's one side of the story. The
Hmm.
main story happens again. Stormfront happens to be in the main story and a side story. The
Yeah,
main story happens. She goes to this clinic, which the boys happen to also know, and they found the clinic out. And what was it called again? Belgrave? No, what was it called?
I wrote it down, and I don't see it at the moment. But yes, they went to the psych ward clinic.
Yeah, so they went to the psych ward clinic, and they get there, and okay, so on the way there, this is what I like. Butcher, who we know does not like soups for whatever reason, he doesn't like soups. They've never really gotten into that, but he doesn't like
Well, they
soups.
kind of did. So around the Christmas party, when he was there and he found out his wife was working, had got the job working for Homelander, like as his not publicist, but like his internet specialist person, like a
Right.
social media influencer or whatever. Which is interesting about Homelander, how they try to make that parallel. But I'll bounce back to that in a second. But his wife had the job, and allegedly Homelander had raped his wife while there. Um,
Right.
she was working there, and but at the time, if you notice, like the Deep was playing the piano and all that kind of stuff at that Christmas party.
Oh,
But
this was season one. Yeah, yeah, I
yeah,
remember. I remember.
Butcher wasn't uncomfortable in that setting, like not at
Right,
all.
right,
So
right.
after that situation
That's
happened,
that's
that's when
when,
Butcher
yeah,
finished her.
because apparently he thought she committed suicide because of the rape, and Vault covered it up, and that's why. Yeah, you're right. Thank you. And so he doesn't let it. He lets it known that he doesn't like Soups every time he sees Starlight, and they have their little conversation, and Huey's trying to like kind of get in between them because Huey's Huey, and the rest of the other half of the boys, Frenchie, Mother's Milk, and Kimiko go sneak into the psych ward, and this is another side story with um, Butcher, Starlight, and Huey. I like this one because there is almost a closeness that happens. Like they kind of like find a common ground.
Yeah.
Between Starlight and Butcher.
Yeah, so they were doing a lot of similarities in this episode. I liked it somewhat, but I thought it was campy at the same time. Just being completely honest.
I mean, but the show has a lot of camp to it.
Yeah, but this was like CW in the early 2000s campy. Like it really was like I don't need your approval. Like that stuff was like super on the nose, old school campy TV.
But she's also kind of like
home southern.
Yeah, so I think that's just a part of her character. I mean, I guess I didn't mind it.
Like that writing there. Like I don't know, just that part like I got what they were doing, and it's just like it was just too on the nose campy for me. It was like but at the same time, it was good writing, but it just was
so you like the edge all the way through. If you're gonna be edgy all the way through. Don't throw in any camp.
I don't want it to be campy like that. This is a way too creative show for it to be that campy.
Right.
Like I don't and like the whole I'm looking in the mirror, looking at you. I see you looking at me in the mirror. Like, come on, that was like super campy.
But that was the point. That was them showing their closeness or them getting close, because that happened, and then the scene at the hospital happened.
Yeah,
where they're like,
Here's the thing. I like a lot of things this show did, especially this episode. I texted you and was like, dude, this is a great episode.
Yeah, you did.
So I'm not saying I don't like this episode because
I'm not hearing that. I'm just saying that you're pointing out.
Yeah,
and that's fair.
Butcher,
those to you were your flaws.
They developed Butcher's character so much in this episode subtly, like from the time when he was going to shoot Starlight, which I call her Twilight Sparkle. But but when he had her dead to rights and in the shot, and to the point where the van had flipped over when the one guy did the sound wave thing and flipped the van over, and you see Butcher just like he turned into like a huge kid, like dude, no, you like Huey, you know what I mean? Like you saw where Butcher actually loved Huey, and it was like that was a huge left turn from Butcher's character.
Yes,
like how Butcher like broke.
And the first thing he went to after taking down the Soup, was to go to Huey and talk to Huey and figure out if he was alive. And I liked what he called her power a shit power, which I thought was fucking amazing. Where she's like, "Oh, I need power. I need some sort of power to to cauterize the wound," because he knows what her powers are, right? And he needed her to cauterize the wound. And she's like, "Oh, I need power." And he's like, "What? So you have a shit power?" Then I loved it. I fucking loved it. One more thing. Between the two of them, do you think that dude is dead?
With the guy on the road?
Yeah. Because his head was bleeding.
Wait, which person we talking about? We talking about the person?
No. He killed the Soup. Yeah, the person who they carjacked from.
I'm thinking that he's dead, because if he's alive, he's gonna let out that who she
Starlight,
is.
Yeah. And I think he's dead. And honestly, what if he isn't though?
And that's
it'll be very interesting. Yeah, it'll be very interesting if he's not, but it'll be very what's the word I'm looking for? It'll be very good for them, and the writing it'll be very like, oh man, this is just so great, and it just happens for them this way that he's dead. But it'll be very, very interesting if he's not.
Yeah, because then all of a sudden,
the way the story gets to develop with her now, with them now knowing where she is, because the publicist is looking for her the entire time, the entire episode. Right. Tell me you found Starlight. Tell me you found Starlight. Tell me you found Starlight.
What episode are we on?
6.
So we're coming close to the end of the season.
Yeah, I think we got two more, or maybe 4 more, but I think it's a 8-episode
Oh yeah,
season.
he's definitely still alive. The reason why I say that is if you're coming this close to the end of the season, you have to have a reason for the Supes to be against the boys. And right now, they don't have an exact reason to build Supes versus boys yet.
And you know what? That is so amazing that you said that, because that now brings me to the A story. The A story. So when they break into the facility and they're watching the cameras, they're seeing what's going on. They see Stormfront come in, and they see Stormfront talk to this guy, and she's trying to get him to like do it, to focus his powers, and he doesn't want to anymore. And the orderly has to kill him, and the orderly lights him on fire, and immediately Frenchie goes crazy. I know who that is. I know who that is. I know who that is. That is fucking what's his face? That is Lamplighter. Um and it's very important because they all have a relationship with Lamplighter. I think they've hinted about Lamplighter from season 1. They said he did what he did and nobody ever saw him again. He burnt down Agent Mallory's house, which happened to have her kids in it at the time. Um and killing her kids. The beef was Frenchie was supposed to be watching him, and he we now know why Frenchie wasn't watching him. He left there because his girlfriend and probably boyfriend, OD'd, and they needed him. And he thought, oh, it's just a minute. He's at this movie premiere. I don't need to be there. I could go, go do what I need to do, for my friends and come right back. And then by the time he came back, everyone now knows what happened. And so the Ace story, the fact that I brought up the point that you had made that point about the fact that they don't care about the boys yet, is because Frenchie straight up says to Lamplighter, why didn't you come? Yeah, why aren't we dead yet? And he says, we don't care about you. You're no one. We don't care enough about you. And this whole time, if you weren't paying attention, you wouldn't notice, because again, Butcher has a personal beef with Homelander, and that is it.
Yeah. Like they have all their faces dead to right, and they're like, they're out there.
Exactly. They've never the heroes, the Supes have never given chase. They've never said, hey, we're coming for you. It's just been coincidental. Oh, you guys happen to be here when we're here. Oh, we gotta take you out. It's never been, we have to come find you. These are terrorists.
Yeah,
because
even in the first or the second episode when they have what's it, Luminescent? Is that his name? The invisible guy?
Shoot, I forget.
I forget his name, but the invisible guy, when they have him in a cage and Homelander's looking for him, and I think Butcher was in the front of the van, like it wasn't even a thought, like, okay, well, go on about your business. You know what I mean?
Right, right.
And from that point on, it's like, yeah, you guys are around, but don't care.
Yeah.
Even I was like, Homelander at any given time could find Butcher and kill him, but he just won't. He just doesn't.
So as you said, if there's a reason for them to be boys versus Supes, she's probably going to be the catalyst one, and it's probably going to be because of that guy too. But yeah, we're at the A story, and the reason we're here at this facility, or the reason we're talking to Lamplighter, is because now we know, it's a place where they're giving adults V, trying to stabilize them, trying to, and they're going through a lot, so they're trying to work with them. There's this one guy who just and that was yo.
So, I took notes this episode, right?
I know you did, and
you already know what my one complaint is going to be about that.
Go for it, man.
I never read the comics, but I do know a little bit about Love Sausage, right? So I heard different people talk about the character Love Sausage. So when he goes, oh my God, that man has a love sausage, I go, okay, so they're introducing Love Sausage, right? Now, the way how they actually introduce him on screen, like not that just him inside the room, was the actual piece of meat going around Mother's Milk's neck. My beef with that is, and mind you, television, I'm just putting this out. I do this on every show. When y'all do something questionable towards people, black people of color, I point it out. Out of every character in the room, y'all had that piece of meat go around that black man's neck. Just point it out, leaving it alone.
Okay, so I guess we can leave it alone. I guess we can leave it alone because I'm not talking about. I just thought it was funny. I thought it was funny.
I thought it was funny. I thought it was like, why out of all the characters they went after the strong, intelligent black man instead of anybody else?
He was the one closest to the door.
But who put him there? The writing, right? Come on now, they purposely did that. But like I said, I'm not trying to make an issue, but I am pointing out there are trends on TV, and here's another one.
All right.
Yeah, because you could have did that with Frenchie. It would have been funny. You could have did that with,
but it wouldn't have been. It wouldn't have been funny. You see, I think the joke wouldn't have landed because at the end of the day, there's a joke in there, and Frenchie goes, "Be more open-minded." It wouldn't have been funny if you did it to Frenchie. You want to know why?
Been funny because Frenchie would have made something funny about it.
I don't think it would have hit as hard. You do it with Mother's Milk. Granted, I get what you're saying, but you do it with Mother's Milk because he's the very, very straight, very, very like, he's that guy.
Yeah.
You do it with Frenchie.
Yeah, how do you feel about transgender strippers?
And yes.
Strippers
exactly. When they,
my thing. Not so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. When they, he's so like straight edge and straight lace that he doesn't even like strippers. Like, come on, I'm not gonna say who doesn't even like strippers because there are people that watch the show that don't like that. No, but yes. Honestly, I thought it was a very, very great moment inside. Now, I'm not talking about that moment anymore. I'm talking about it was a great moment inside of the, facility where Frenchie goes back in his past and reveals that, one, and two, Lamplighter is actually sorry about it.
Yeah.
He's not a dickhead superhero. He's very sorry about the fact that he didn't know, like that they were going to be in there. He wanted to come for Mallory, who at this point had him by the throat, by the neck, and he just didn't want that anymore. He wanted to be free, and he's not a dickhead superhero. And when Stormfront comes back,
he's
and
like a beat dog.
Huh?
That's what he seems like. He seems like a beat dog that they just send out there to do stuff and then get rid of.
And I think he's remorseful because he killed kids. I think that's what it is. Yeah. I think where Homelander wouldn't care, as we saw literally last episode, Homelander killed a kid and didn't bat an eyelash. The next, it's almost like a mirror or a reverse image where
that's what the whole episode was, like literally showing somebody else, and this is who this person is, this is who this person is. This
right.
How they're like, this how they differ. This whole episode was like
exactly. And so you have Lamplighter, who's not like the rest of the superheroes, or rather not like, and then oh, speaking of, this is even great. So now that was another storyline, and at the end of that, Mallory comes face to face with him and wants to kill him, and they both can't. Like, he wants to die. He's like, I know what you want to do. Go ahead and do it. And she's like, and she can't. But they end up knowing that they can use him because, again, Frenchie, who wanted to kill him more than everybody else, begs for his life. Yes. It's like, we can use him. And I want to see how that has my interest. I want to see what he does and how they use him. So now you have two soups, maybe two soups on the side of the boys, right? There's one more storyline, I believe. It was A-Train. It's A-Train, the Deep, and Maeve. No, it's three of them because Maeve, the Deep, A-Train have like, it's almost like it's interconnected because it starts off with the Deep coming to see Maeve, and it's like he brings her. She asks him for a favor. Ask your buddies to retrieve the black box from the flight, and they can't find it. And you know what? I think it's a lie. Didn't
last season they what's her name, Mallory, have the black box or something like that when she was talking about she saw there was laser holes in the airplane or something like that? Because didn't the Deep already get the black box for Mallory? And
no, not Mallory. You're talking about the other lady?
Yeah, the one who
for Homelander's lady, right?
Yeah,
I think she did, and so. But I also think he's lying. I don't know. I can't remember. We might have to go back and look at that. Like, once the season ends, we might have to go back and look at it, and then like maybe cast a season 1 rewatch. Would you mind to do that? Or just it'd be like one episode though where we just talk about the entire show and what we think, how it connects to season 2. I think we should do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, if we look at it, I think he's lying. So this is my theory, right? I think he's lying because he stole it for the church.
Could be.
When he says, "Oh, I couldn't find it," but then he finds like this GoPro, right? Instead, he finds this GoPro, which I think it's an amazing find, regardless. But and she just grabs it from him and sends him on his way. Or you're supposed to call first. But he's like, I can come see my friends. And on his way out, he runs into A Train. First of all, A Train, can we talk about that rap? And then at the end, which you know what? I want to say it's a mirror on the music industry, because you have people writing raps for people who you would never expect.
Mm-hmm.
It's this white guy spitting this verse, right? And then she made a comment that I was like, oh, she's like,
That's
oh,
so
we
lit, right?
yeah, and then she goes, oh, we can get Lil Nas X to actually be the rapper behind this.
Yeah, and then a music video, something like that, and
right,
guitar or something crazy.
Exactly. Where Lil Nas X uses the reference track that that white dude laid down. He's gonna get paid for it. So it makes you look at the music industry, because a couple years ago it was found out that a famous rapper uses reference tracks. I mean, everyone kind of uses reference tracks, but it was a big thing that this one rapper who everybody thought was like really good used reference tracks. I thought you would have caught that, because
I mean, I caught it, but
it wasn't important to you, I guess. It was cool to me.
Yeah.
I know. The reason I thought I was like, oh man, Kyle's gonna be so happy I caught this. That was always going on in my head.
Yeah, I'm glad that you caught
it. But I guess he's like, I do this. No, look, because Kyle is like super important in the music industry. So like,
no, I'm
this is nothing to him. And
a little closer.
Yo, I was super excited. I was like, yo, Kyle is gonna be so excited that I caught that. He's gonna be like super impressed. But like, look at me trying to impress Kyle. He's not even impressed a little bit.
Oh, it was great. Like, it was a good catch.
But yeah, so that A Train is just going down the drain, and it sucks for him. And the Deep kind of runs into him and is like, yo, like, like,
I decided to talk about was this what
you might need help, to get your image back if they're kicking you out. What's happening to you is it's unfortunate. Take it from someone who already knows. Mm-hmm. And then he walks away and he turns around. He's like, "Do you want a Fresca?"
I have a question. Is Amazon on Francesca?
I got to look into that, because they just boldly saying it up there, like,
like every episode now they're just showing it.
Yeah.
Let me see. I was like, dude, there the Francesca thing. I was like, dude.
Oh no, it's Coca-Cola.
Really?
Yeah, it's probably like a whole a thing where Coke is paying for it, for them to like really put it out there, because I think the other fizzy drink is the one everybody's drinking, the little bubbly.
Yeah.
Is the one everybody's drinking, and nobody drinks Fresca now. Like, it's fresh. Oh, everybody wants to drink Fresca now because it's on the boys. And then he brings him in front of the minister, and they have a conversation, and it's like, oh, you're in debt. He just puts out all his business.
Bring him in front of not Hugh Jackman.
Oh man, where do I know that dude from? Like, either Battle
like Hugh Jackman, but he's not Hugh Jackman.
Was it Battle? No, it wasn't Battlestar Galactica. It was it probably could have been this other show, not Andromeda.
I remember he was on something. I do remember him.
Was it Andromeda?
I don't know.
Or was it Stargate?
It was Stargate. It was definitely
Stargate. It was Stargate. Yeah. Definitely Stargate. Was it SG-1, right?
We got to go back and do a Stargate-a-thon.
Yo, that would be crazy.
All right, so after the boys wraps up, we're going to do a Stargate-a-thon.
I bet. I'm ready for that. Let's go. Let's do it.
But anyway, not Hugh Jackman. He was the mediator. Right.
He was the, he's now in front of the pastor, and all of that happens, right? And it's like, oh, look, you're here, you're here now because you're in debt. X, Y, and Z is happening to you. Let us help you. And at first, A Train doesn't want that, because he thinks, he obviously thinks, what's his name was the one who told all his business, but it wasn't him. He didn't tell his business out. He just happened to know these things, because that's what they do in this church. They pay for information, and I love it. So I'm also interested to see if A Train is going to go down that path, because of all the soups that I thought was going to go turn to the boys, I thought A Train was going to be the one. Bye. I thought A Train was gonna be the one to be like, with the boys for some reason. I don't know why I
Well,
thought
you
that.
saw the glimpse that he had with what's her name?
Starlight.
No, Lady Liberty. Stormfront.
Yes, Stormfront. Who I think they ended the episode beautifully. There's two more things I want to talk about. The end of the episode, and the big reveal at the end, and then that one soup
Who
who I
straight
think
out Orange is the New Black?
yes, and I think she's going to kill. She's going to be the one to kill Stormfront.
Maybe.
I think out of all the soups, of all the, she's probably going to be a terrorist, but out of all of them, I think she's the one who's more powerful, who's going to be powerful enough to do it, because it's not about her powers are not about like physical, like destroying someone, like fighting. It's
No,
literally like, yeah, like
she's like a
crushing
team
you.
prey, basically.
Yes. So I think that's what's gonna happen. She's gonna kill her. That's probably gonna make Homelander go mad, and bruh, I don't want to know what's gonna happen, but that's gonna be very interesting.
Yeah, because we definitely got to talk about Homelander.
All right. So now the big reveal at the end of the episode. She tells Homelander, she's like, okay, I'm gonna tell you everything about myself. She opens up this chest, reveals the Lady Liberty suit, and then reveals that she's from the 70s. She got the first.
Before then.
Oh my bad. This 1917.
Yeah, I wrote down the year. I'm trying to find it, but anyway, no, I didn't write down the year. It was like
Around
Germany.
Yeah, during around Nazi Germany time, and so she reveals that she knew all them niggas, Himmler, Hitler. She knew everybody. Her husband Vought gave her the first thing, and now what she's doing is she's trying to create a Nazi army, and that's the reason for the psych ward. She's trying to create a Nazi army powered by the powered by the soups. So she's definitely gonna have that, and she wants
the Supreme
race. Yes, the supreme race, because all the others.
Yeah. Well, she said her direct quote was, "War for the culture. Other races are grinding us down." That was her direct quote.
Yes.
And the white savior, man he was a white savior, the man that they dreamed of.
Right. And Homelander bought it. He really just bought it and went straight for it.
Me off guard, because I didn't have him buy. Like, I knew that this was going to have to come. I didn't expect it to come this early, and I didn't expect Homelander to actually go yes. Those two things caught me off guard.
But that's the thing, though. Did he really go yes?
Yeah, he went yes.
You think so? Or he just wanted he wanted the old thing back.
No. And mind you, Homelander stated earlier this season to the Sun, we're the only. It sucks being superior to everybody else. So
true.
It's like now it's like I can accept that I'm superior. I'm with somebody else who's superior, and I don't have to hold back anymore because I should be worshipped for being superior.
True.
Yeah. So it's like I did not expect this from him.
Also, shout out to Shawn Ashmore coming back into the superhero world. He wasn't he Bobby Drake, Iceman.
Oh crap, you're right.
Yeah, Iceman.
Good call.
And so I was like, oh, Shawn Ashmore, good for you. Shout out to you for coming back to do a superhero show, or hi, or something with superheroes in it. I'm always gonna keep doing that. Sorry. But yeah, so the end. What do you think of it? So you've already said you think Homelander's in there, superior. He's in there, hook, line, and sinker. She got him.
I think it's going to be a split at some point, because Homelander, to me, never was a racist.
Yeah, he's not. That's the thing. That's why I'm like, he's not fully in it. He just likes her. He wants her, and he wants.
But he does identify he is superior based on his genes and genetics or whatever.
And I think that he thinks he's superior to man, but he doesn't think him being white is being superior, because he worked
in his mind. Like, he's thinking one thing, like, yes, I am a superior because I'm suit. He's not thinking I'm superior because I'm white.
Exactly, because he worked with A-Train, where she doesn't want to work with A-Train.
A-Train a lot.
Yes,
and you saw that exchange without any words. It was just like A-Train, like, oh, this chick. You know what I mean?
Yes. where she exactly because two episodes ago where they had that conversation, or was it 2 episodes, the last episode where they had the conversation, and so yeah, I 100% don't buy that. I think Homelander likes her. He wants to make her happy. So yes, he's in there for now. I don't think so. Again, the theory is still Homelander kills her, one, or Shorty, the bald head Shorty kills her.
Yeah. Straight out of Orange is the New Black.
Yes, straight out of Orange is the New Black.
Like she literally looked like she stepped off one set and walked onto the set.
Right.
Like she never broke character.
But yeah, so those are the three biggest things that happened to me. That happened for me on this episode.
So all right, Twilight Sparkle, Starlight.
Yes.
So they're in the hospital right now, right?
And they're having a conversation about Huey, and it brought them super close.
Well, yeah, that was
no, but it's the same thing with Maeve. Everyone knows Maeve, but they don't know them out of costume.
But do they? I mean,
because remember when Maeve went to go see her girlfriend in the hospital that one time, nobody called her Maeve. Everyone just called her by her name.
Yeah, because I'm like, she's like right out in the open. Like I just find it next to impossible. They already showed facial recognition software several times involved, and now she's out in the open at a hospital and nobody can pick up on her. Like that's.
I don't think because I think they're looking for Starlight. They're not looking for her alter ego. I think that's the thing that we have to pay attention to. It's also superhero stuff. I don't give it that much. Honestly, I give it thought, but I don't give it that much thought. If you feel what I'm saying.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to what they mean by war for the culture.
Oh, that should be very interesting, my guy. That should be really interesting.
Yeah.
Real quick.
Specifically said that. So
right.
For that. Oh, but real quick.
Real quick, I'm gonna play the trailer for the next episode. I haven't seen that. I found it. I'm gonna play it real quick. I think we should look at it real quick and discuss it.
Oh, did you the Deep talk about he fantasized about drowning A-Train several times?
Bruh. That their exchange where he thought A-Train was sabotaging him. Yeah. And he goes, nah.
But I victim complex so bad. Like this is the
yes, he has. He has been, man. No, seriously, fuck the Deep. He's not a good person. And I hate that they're trying super hard to give him this redemption. He's not a good person at all.
And the actor who plays Kamiko is fantastic.
Oh yeah. Did you see her? Did you see how she had a moment with Frenchie and they finally got their relationship, friendship back?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it's great because she doesn't talk at all, right?
Mm-hmm.
In this episode, she didn't do
it's all facial. Because when he was going crazy, when he was there in the room with Lamplighter, and she just looked at him and she was kind of scared of him for a minute. And then when Stormfront came into the hospital and she was kind of scared of her, it was all in her face. And when Frenchie grabbed her hand to kind of like bring her back, it was amazing. There was
another thing that she did earlier when Twilight Sparkle had walked in and she's like, "You remember me?" And you can see her face,
and she just lit up and she hugged her, and I was like, okay.
That kind of charisma that she's showing and that kind of skill that she's showing, it's amazing because without any words, she's saying so much. Right.
All right. So here goes the promo to episode 7. Butcher Baker. Oh, bless you.
One of my daughters sneezed.
Candlemaker. Wow. So he goes, oh. No fucking way, bro. Are you seeing this?
I'm looking at it.
Are you seeing this? Are they serious?
Can we do that one more time?
Oh, Butcher's gonna kill him. You said do it one more time?
Yeah, one more time.
Butcher's going to kill him. Don't bring your crazy girlfriend around my kids. What's wrong with you?
Not just that. Remember, they're already talking about a superior race and
that
whole notion.
Yo, craziness, my guy.
Oh my goodness. They just like really violated the space too. Like completely alienated the regular mom or the human mom away from the
Right,
child. Like that was
right.
in because
Oh, that's reckless. That's reckless. She should have left with Butcher when Butcher was there, but didn't. For whatever reasons. Oh no, because Butcher doesn't like soups.
and that's her son.
Um,
Like no matter
yeah,
what, hey, that's her son.
yeah. So I'm very interested to see that episode now. Like I'm very because I think what the show does well. I think we've discussed it in the past couple episodes. Was they do a lot of shock and awe, and they use it to actually carry the episode. And this episode right here that was coming, that landing, honestly, because when they showed them, I was like, oh, it's just, I was like, oh, and then, what's her face landing down? That was very interesting. Do they leave with the kid?
They're going to. But the
Damn.
question is the mom going to survive? We get his honestly like so understanding writing. How does the mom impact the story? Right, this whole season or last season? Last season she was
Last season was she was basically dead, and that's what pushed Butcher, right?
right. So
When Butcher finds out she's alive, he almost gives up hope.
right, and now he has a new lease on life, and he's now more of a realized character. Right,
Right.
he is almost like he's a new character this season.
Right, because yeah, last episode, he's like he has a new lease on life. He's like, I have to get her back. He probably looks like he's going to try to compromise.
Yeah. So, but what I'm saying is, would it matter if they kill her or not?
It would. It'd be big if they did kill her. You know why I think he's gonna try to compromise? Because I think this episode, him and Starlight, he's using Starlight as a like a lesson or tether. Like if I'm good to Soups, I can raise the kid as my son, type
Mm-hmm.
thing.
Well, I actually thought they were going to try to do that with the first episode, the second episode. I think it was the second episode. Um,
Mm.
I actually thought that's the route that they were going to go, but no, Butcher couldn't help but be Butcher.
Yeah, he could. So I'm interested to see how that story becomes a thing moving
And
forward.
that one boy outside the power, the
Oh, he
sound.
shot him. Put
He
put three put three in them quick. Tap tap tap. Like quick three. I thought somebody else shot him. And then we see Butcher with the
that.
yeah. Because it seemed I don't know if it was the way he went. I thought the shots came from behind, but it apparently hit him in front. And so I'm interested to see how they develop. If we have two more episodes, I want to see what I want to see this episode. I really do. But then I don't want to speculate too much on the next couple episodes. I just want to see what goes on. Because I think what makes the show interesting is the fact that we don't speculate. We just see what happens and talk about it. Anyway, Kyle, thanks for coming. Thanks for watching. Thank you. Hey, y'all, thanks for what? No, thank you. Hey, y'all, thanks.
You know what?
Oh,
forget that. Thank y'all for watching. Like
seriously,
and subscribe.
thank
comment,
you.
like and subscribe, share, tell your friends, tell your family, tell everybody. Go to a church, knock on the door, uninvitedly walk in and tell them about us.
Yes,
yeah,
do that. Yeah, so watch, share, like, subscribe, and all that good stuff. It's great to see. Please comment. It's great to see your comments. We will either talk about the comments on the show, or we will reply you depending on how we feel. But thank you very much, Kyle, for coming.
Social media, our links are at the bottom.
Yeah, it's right here at the bottom. Earth2 Comic Cast is the main Twitter. My Twitter is Mo Crosby, and Kyle is Berkeley Fuzz. So thank you very much for watching. This is also going to be on Spotify, Amazon, and iTunes, Apple Podcasts. Again, comment there, share it, like it. Thank you for watching. We will catch you next week on the next one.
And if you want more of us, check us out on Lovecraft Country.
Try
to like this show.
We will try.
We have a very special person that we're going to have fun with this week.
Oh man, I feel bad for you. Thank you for watching. We'll catch you on the next one.
Sorry.